Okay.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Someone doesn't know the time it is, but that's fine. We're all like that. My name is Ian Murphy. I'm the lead investigator for the Paranormal Research Association of Boston. Don't worry, you're all hearing correctly. I do have a bit of an accent. I came over from Ireland, where I started the Paranormal Research Association of Ireland. So I've been doing this for a fair while. Today's lecture is on the science of paranormal research, and there's an awful lot of science involved in it. All right? It's a very interesting topic. It's a topic I've loved, been in for over a decade. So if you have any questions, feel free to hold them to near the end, and we'll see if we can run through them. We have a bit of our equipment here as well that we'll be able to run through, again, at the end of the session as well. And just back here, we have Nate. He's our public relations officer for the PRAB as well, and he's been demoted to cameraman today. But he's doing a very good job of it. I'm sure most of you have had some form of experience with the paranormal. That's what most of the research I've done on each and every one of you has suggested, and I have done the research. About 80% of you would have a story or know someone would have a story. 78% of you actually went to our website and found out who we were as well, which was good to see. It's good to keep the numbers up there as well. So any questions you have, you know about me, I know about you. By name. Alright, we'll go into the main part of research before. See, we do everything. Can someone tell me, what's paranormal research? Don't all jump at once. Paranormal science, exactly. Exactly. Well, that's one part of it. Anyone else got a suggestion?
So it's like the science behind how ghosts appear and all the stuff that goes into it.
Yep, that is part of it. It's the science, or it's the research of abnormal science, because that's what paranormal is. It's beside the normal. So it's kind of abnormal science, and we're using scientific protocols and equipment. All right, basically we're using verifiable means to detect possible explanations for paranormal phenomena in the home, in the business, or sometimes we don't even know what it is in the end, so therefore it is truly paranormal. It's outside the normal range. And the question is always, can science be used for the paranormal? Absolutely. If you don't use science, everything will be paranormal. A couple of hundred years ago, we thought the world was flat, and then they found America, so we're pretty sure it hasn't been. How's it going? Thanks for coming on time. I actually found out that 7% of the people would come here late, probably because of traffic. 7, that's damn there. There are a lot of different theories in paranormal research, as with all forms of research. Okay? There are two main types of theories. There's the TV theories, like you watch Ghost Hunters, you watch Paranormal State, you watch those sort of groups. And they have TV theories, okay? And they're kind of the reality TV show. Their theories are set kind of in whenever they started, say 2005. That's when their theories came out, and their theories don't really differ from one season to the next. The reason for that is consistency, because it's what the audience expects. Now, with the research groups like ourselves, we don't have TV theories. We don't have anything like that. We have continuously expanding theories. And we have that failing on me already. So we've continuously expanding theories, because as we do our research, we find new reasons behind things. For instance, if anyone had been at the first time I gave this lecture, which was back in 2004 in Roundstone, County Galway. Anyone from there now? Good, because I fed you all a load of I don't know what, because I didn't know what I was talking about. But at that time, those theories were correct. But through continuously researching, we have found new ideas. As it says up there, constant research is the only way that a team will continue to grow and that the field will continue to grow. Okay? Pretty easy to understand. And knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe. You see a lot of equipment on TV. You see, if you call us into your house, you see a lot of equipment coming in. This is basically a half loadout. This is half of what we'd bring to a normal investigation in a residence. We've got a number of cameras, a number of different scientific pieces of equipment. What I've left out is our data storage unit because it's just a really big server, and I think everyone's seen a computer, so there wouldn't be the wow factor that most of the other equipment has. When we're selecting equipment, especially as a privately funded organisation, we don't get any support from the government or companies. Equipment must be reliable, be deployable, meaning you can pack it into a little box, bring it out to a location. Must be interchangeable, be able to use parts from one piece of equipment on another, as we can, because equipment will fail. Everything that is electronic can and will fail, usually at the worst possible time. Must be verifiable. If we're taking, say, a temperature, we must be able to verify it with another piece of equipment, and that piece of equipment must be able to be verified that it's calibrated. And sometimes low-tech is definitely the best. If you have a draft in your home, what do you think the best detector of a draft is? Your hand's very good?
A candle?
Candle, perfect.
Match?
Hmm? Which, sorry?
Feather?
A feather. Oh, that could work as well. I found the best thing we can use is just a lighter. A very, very simple lighter. And you can buy those in our online store. Only joking, you can't. But they are going to be manufactured. The senses and research. I'm not talking about psychics, I'm not talking about mediums, I'm not talking about anything like that. Psychics and mediums have their place. We don't use mediums, we don't use psychics in the Paranormal Research Association from Boston. The reason behind that is they're phenomenon all of their own, and they are something that we will look into, but they're not something that we'll take information from. Because 9 times out of 10, their information isn't verifiable. They'll say, oh, there's a little boy beside you, his name's John, something like that. How do you verify that? You really can't. So if it's something that's fallible, we're not going to pin our judgment on it. And as I heard in the audience, yes, we are scientists. And that's how we run. This thing force closes too much. Okay, now we get into detection. Okay? You've various forms of detection equipment, such as EMF detectors. Okay, has anyone ever heard of the term EMF detector?
Electromagnetic force.
Close? Field. Fantastic. Can anyone tell us what we'd use them for? Off the top of the head.
Oh, to find ghosts.
That is a TV theory. Very good. And 4 or 5 years ago, I would have agreed with you. Yes, you can run around and you can find ghosts. If there's an electromagnetic spike that you can't verify, that's a ghost. However, we found over time that it's more, if there's an electromagnetic field, it can be interfering with your neurochemistry and causing you to see things. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of a Faraday cage or the God helmet. These are 2 very popular experiments done very recently, within the last decade, where subjects were put in a metal box with a helmet on them, and they were flooded with electromagnetic fields. And they were told to explain what they saw. A lot of them saw like going into the light, a lot of them saw, relatives coming back to them. A lot of them had a lot of paranormal experiences. And it was all done through this God helmet, as it was called, through a Faraday cage. So that's how EMF does mess up with your neurochemistry. And that's just what I explained there. Here's a few things that create EMF that you mightn't even be thinking, but you're exposed to every day. Ceiling fans on a high setting. Within 6 feet, you're getting 50 milligauss of EMF directed at your head. Microwave ovens, I'm sure everyone here uses one. One of the high ones, one of the 1,000 watt ones, 300 milligauss of EMF within 6 inches of the device. You go out to 4 feet, you're still getting 20 milligauss. So you're surrounded by this every day, and you don't even know it. And it can build up and build up, and if you have a lot of things going in, they'll create, it's kind of like a flux. It all goes together and it will create a high EMF field. Could play with your neurochemistry, and there you go.